In the heart of SpaceX's Starbase, the air is thick with anticipation. As Booster 9 is put through its rigorous paces, the orbital launch mount is a hive of activity. The recent road closures, they're the telltale signs of the imminent spin prime and static fire tests with Booster 9. And as if that wasn't enough, brace yourselves. SpaceX has set its sights on the heavens, scheduling Falcon Heavy and Falcon 9 launches for Wednesday and Thursday night. These rockets are not just lighting up the sky, one of them has even pierced a temporary gap in the ionosphere. So what's the buzz at the SpaceX launch site? And how did a SpaceX rocket leave its mark on the mysterious layer enveloping our planet? Join us in this video as we delve deep into these electrifying updates. At SpaceX's Starbase in Texas, exciting developments are underway as the company prepares for the next orbital flight attempt with Booster 9. The orbital launch mount is undergoing reinforcement work after the first orbital flight attempt, ensuring its readiness for future missions. Notably, the drawworks that raise and lower the chopsticks are being improved, with old armoring being replaced with new cladding. The goal is to prevent potential damage during launches, as was experienced before with flying concrete. A significant component in this process is the hardware inside the drawworks, particularly the red winch machinery responsible for moving the chopsticks up and down. To safeguard this crucial machinery, a new stainless steel covering has been added, providing enhanced protection during operations. Another area of interest is the deluge plate, which appears to be relatively operational at this point. While it was a major focus of work in recent weeks, its installation is no longer the center of attention. However, there are questions regarding whether a full-scale test of the deluge system will be conducted. The deluge pipes, visible on the surface, are notably substantial in size, as shown in comparison to everyday objects. The system plays a vital role in protecting infrastructure during launches, and its successful partial test has increased confidence in its effectiveness. The orbital launch mount now benefits from improved ventilation, as white ventilation tubing has been reintroduced to provide air and prevent asphyxiation hazards for workers within the enclosed space. With proper ventilation in place, the work on the orbital launch mount continues as the team prepares for the next launch. In addition to the orbital launch mount work, late-night ground support equipment testing was conducted. Although the exact purpose of the test remains unclear, it is likely related to the revalidation of the orbital tank farm. This step is crucial following the damage and subsequent repairs resulting from Starship's first integrated flight. Reinforcement and foundation work have been ongoing in the launch area, ensuring its readiness for the upcoming launch. A significant update pertains to Ship 25, which is now reattached to the crane. This step is taken to ensure the vehicle's stability and prevent any collapse while workers are inside it. Ship 25 is nearing the conclusion of its testing phase, and once preparations are complete, it will be moved to the launch mount and lifted onto Booster 9. Inside the vehicle, crews are focused on the thermal protection system tiles and other tasks. A clean static fire test has been conducted, hinting at the conclusion of the upper stage test campaign. Meanwhile, over at the production site, progress continues as another new megabay part is moved to its final area for lift onto the new megabay. The ship thrust simulator is back at the production site, ready to lift Ship 28 onto it. This simulator is crucial in testing the structural integrity of the vehicle as it simulates the forces experienced during flight. Rings and barrels are actively being moved around the production site, signifying ongoing work. The roof of the Star Factory is approximately halfway complete, with a quad being moved consisting of a barrel section with 4 rings. Among the notable work is the reinforcement of the orbital launch mount after the first orbital flight attempt. The drawworks, responsible for moving the chopsticks, received attention with old armoring replaced by new cladding, offering enhanced protection for the winch machinery. These efforts come in anticipation of the next orbital flight attempt with Booster 9, which has seen significant progress. Speaking of Booster 9, the rocket underwent a cryo-proof testing campaign at Massey's, signifying its readiness for a potential flight. However, an intriguing question arises as to which ship will be paired with Booster 10 for its mission. Speculations lean towards Ship 28 for reasons yet to be disclosed. During the test, the frost rings were observed on both tanks, with the cryo test extending for several hours, a rather long one, even by Starbase standards. As we await further developments, the possibility of a full cryo test for Booster 10 remains uncertain considering the nitrogen capacity at Massey's. At the Starbase's Mega Bay, construction continues to progress with the next level nearly complete. As the building edges closer to its final form, the gaps between the layers will soon be filled. Additionally, a corner segment for the fourth level was recently lifted, marking a significant step in the structure's construction. On a less fortunate note, Ship 27 faced a disappointing fate as it won't be taking flight. Ship 26 might also face the same outcome, but the final decision remains pending. However, Ship 28 emerges as the apparent frontrunner and is being readied for its own cryo-proof test campaign. The prospect of Booster 10 and Ship 28 being a pair for the anticipated in-flight Test 3, which adds a sense of excitement and anticipation among observers. One peculiar occurrence that caught attention was the cutting of the Raptor installation stand in half near the restaurant flaps between the production site and the launch site. It is unclear whether this action was for modifications or if it signifies the end of its usage. As the team conducted a partial test of the new Super Heavy Deluge system, workers were thrilled to witness water and nitrogen shooting out of the shower head steel plate. This system's effectiveness in protecting the infrastructure around the launch mount was evident, prompting cheers and celebrations among the workers. The successful test instilled confidence that future pad damage and turnaround times will be significantly reduced. The robustness of the Deluge system was apparent, adding to the anticipation of its utilization when a booster finally ignites on the mount. SpaceX's dynamic pace at Starbase has been remarkable. Notably, Booster 10 underwent multiple ground tests and rollouts within a week, alongside Booster 9's progress to the launch pad and Ship 29's preparation at Massey's. Booster 9 has been stealing the spotlight with its series of tests and preparations for the next orbital flight attempt. The booster, fondly referred to as Booster 9, has been undergoing careful inspections and upgrades to ensure a successful mission. The chapsticks, the movable stabilizer pins that assist in holding boosters and ships during lift operations, caught attention as they started to descend after a prolonged stay on the upper level. This move coincided with the installation of the W system and an extensive infrastructure overhaul. The inspections on the stabilizer pins were a clear indicator that something significant was in the works. In the rocket garden, Booster 9 was being prepped for its next venture, which created a buzz among spectators. The booster's enhancements became apparent, featuring improved Raptor shielding and a shift to electrical drive for thrust vector control, replacing the traditional hydraulics. Additional upgrades were present, though details remained undisclosed. A notable addition was made to the flight termination system, where an extra charge was introduced to ensure a controlled transition from a functioning booster to what SpaceX humorously describes as tons of steel confetti. Safety measures are of utmost importance, and SpaceX ensures that their technology adheres to stringent standards. The journey of Booster 9 continued as it rolled to the pad, marking a significant milestone in the launch preparations. However, a slight delay occurred as SpaceX encountered some challenges during the lifting process. Eventually, the booster was successfully lifted onto the orbital launch mount, an awe-inspiring sight witnessed by spectators. A drone operator captured mesmerizing visuals during the lift, with the drone's lights shining on the booster as it gracefully settled into position. The 33 powerful Raptor engines, carefully positioned on the booster, added to the magnificence of the moment. Enhanced shielding between the engines and outside the Raptors further emphasized SpaceX's commitment to safety and innovation. Though Booster 9 boasted impressive upgrades, one critical component was still missing, that is the hot staging ring. This essential piece needs to be installed between the booster and the ship to ensure a perfect fit with the newly raised ship QD. It remains unclear whether the hot staging ring seen during the preparations is a production version. That was all the updates of Starbase for today. Up next, SpaceX plans. Falcon Heavy and Falcon 9 launches on late Wednesday and Thursday nights. SpaceX is gearing up for an exciting milestone as it targets Wednesday, July 26th for the next liftoff of its powerful Falcon Heavy rocket. The company made the official announcement via Twitter, expressing its enthusiasm for the upcoming mission. The launch is scheduled to take place from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The mission, which will be the 7th for the Falcon Heavy, has captured the attention of space enthusiasts worldwide. Falcon Heavy, once the world's most powerful operational rocket, aims to regain its title with this launch. The rocket consists of 3 strapped-together first stages of SpaceX's renowned Falcon 9 rocket. The central booster is equipped with an upper stage and the payload for the mission. One of the key highlights of this launch is the payload. This satellite, weighing a remarkable 10.1 tons, is destined for geostationary orbit, which lies approximately 22,200 miles above Earth. Due to its substantial weight, the central booster will not be recovered after launch. SpaceX's Falcon Heavy made its debut in February 2018 with a much-anticipated test flight that made history by sending Elon Musk's red Tesla Roadster into orbit with a model called Starman at the wheel. Since then, the Falcon Heavy has successfully launched 6 times, including twice in 2023. The upcoming Falcon Heavy launch is a significant event, with missions planned from 2 different locations simultaneously. Additionally, another batch of Starlink satellites is scheduled to fly on a Falcon 9 rocket from nearby Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Both launches are expected to occur late on Wednesday, July 26th, or early Thursday, July 27th, with mostly favorable weather conditions anticipated for the launch windows between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. One of the most intriguing aspects of this launch is the attempt at dual Falcon Heavy booster landings at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station's landing zones 1 and 2. If successful, these landings are likely to produce low-frequency sonic booms that could awaken residents across the Space Coast. However, as launch schedules can be unpredictable, spectators should remain flexible, as the timing of the missions may shift to Thursday or later. Space Force forecasters are optimistic, projecting an 80% chance of favorable conditions for the overnight liftoff of both missions on Wednesday. The weather report indicates a pattern change that will bring generally favorable conditions for the launch window, with storms expected to move well inland by late afternoon and evening. However, there is a slight concern about clouds from showers that could potentially produce lightning around the spaceport. Yet, conditions for a sea-based recovery of the Falcon 9 booster from the Starlink mission on a drone ship are considered low risk. On the other hand, the center core booster of the Falcon Heavy will be expended over the Atlantic Ocean, and SpaceX will not attempt to recover it. The company recently completed its launch readiness review, and all systems appear to be go for the upcoming mission. The Falcon Heavy's launch is slated to take place from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Excitingly, this launch will be accompanied by dual Falcon Heavy booster landings, adding a unique flair to the spectacle. The 2 side boosters, after their role in the launch, will gracefully return to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station's landing zones 1 and 2. This return activity will produce low-frequency sonic booms that may wake up residents across the Space Coast during the middle of the night. Due to the ever-shifting launch schedule, spectators should be prepared for possible timing adjustments. The backup launch window is overnight on Thursday, where weather conditions are expected to stay relatively similar with a slightly higher chance of unsettled weather. The upcoming launch is not only exciting for space enthusiasts, but also for HughesNet customers. Jupiter 3, the communications satellite being carried by the Falcon Heavy, is the largest commercial communications satellite ever built. Developed by Maxar Technologies for Hughes Network Systems, it boasts impressive dimensions, spanning nearly the length of a commercial airliner's wingspan and weighing around 9 tons. Jupiter 3 has a crucial role in delivering high-speed HughesNet broadband internet connectivity to rural and remote areas. According to Hamid Akhavan, CEO of EchoStar, Jupiter 3 will join a fleet high above Earth in geostationary orbit, enabling it to serve more customers, especially in regions where traditional cable and fiber infrastructure is limited. HughesNet, with over 1 million customers across North and South America, has been a pioneer in bringing broadband connectivity to remote and rural areas. The addition of Jupiter 3 is set to significantly increase its capacity, fulfilling the growing demand for more data and higher speeds. On a separate front, SpaceX's Starlink, the worldwide internet service, has already amassed an impressive subscriber base of over 1.5 million customers. Not limited to remote destinations, Starlink's high-speed connectivity is also available on boats, planes, and recreational vehicles, serving residential, government, and commercial customers. The company's mission to bring internet connectivity to all corners of the globe has resulted in nearly 5,000 Starlink satellites launched into orbit since 2019. SpaceX's ambitious vision sees tens of thousands more satellites being launched to achieve consistent global coverage, ensuring seamless connectivity for everyone. The upcoming Falcon Heavy launch and the inclusion of Jupiter 3 satellite further solidify SpaceX's position as a frontrunner in the space industry. Up next, Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket punches hole in ionosphere. A recent launch by Elon Musk's SpaceX caused a stir in the scientific community as it punched a temporary hole in Earth's ionosphere. The event, which occurred on July 19th, saw the Falcon 9 rocket take flight from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, leaving behind a faint red glow that caught the attention of experts like space physicist Jeff Baumgartner from Boston University. Baumgartner, upon reviewing footage from the launch, concluded that the red glow indicated a possible hole in the ionosphere. He explained, "This is a well-studied phenomenon when rockets are burning their engines 200 to 300 kilometers above Earth's surface." Further analysis revealed that the second-stage engine was burning at 286 kilometers near the F-region peak for that time of day, supporting the theory of an ionospheric hole formation. The ionosphere, located on the edge of space, is filled with charged particles known as ions. NASA notes that geomagnetic storms, which cause auroras, occur due to the interaction between solar plasma and these ions, resulting in the mesmerizing colors seen in the sky. Beyond its visual allure, the ionosphere plays a crucial role in communication and navigation as it reflects and modifies radio waves. One significant concern arising from the temporary hole in the ionosphere is its potential impact on GPS systems. Although the effect observed during this event did not cause significant disruptions to location accuracy, experts warn that future launches with increasingly powerful rockets might exacerbate the situation. Such disturbances could have more substantial repercussions on GPS systems, altering location accuracy by a few feet, according to Newsweek. Charles C.H. Lin of the National Cheng Kung University in Taiwan emphasized the importance of monitoring these effects as rocket launches become more frequent and powerful. With reusable rockets reducing launch costs and humankind venturing into interplanetary cargo missions, the middle and upper atmosphere may experience more gradual changes. This isn't the first time the Falcon 9 rocket has impacted the ionosphere. A similar event occurred during its launch from the Vandenberg Space Force Base carrying the Formosat 5 payload on August 24, 2017. Due to the payload's low weight, the rocket followed a vertical path instead of the traditional parallel trajectory to the Earth's surface. This deviation caused shockwaves, resulting in a rupture in the plasma of the ionosphere. Similarly, during the Falcon 9 rocket's launch on June 19, 2022, the ionospheric disturbance was observed again. The recurrence of such events highlights the significance of understanding the implications of rocket launches on our planet's ionosphere and GPS systems. Up next, James Webb Space Telescope finds water at center of planet-forming disk. Astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery revealing that rocky alien worlds may already possess significant amounts of water from their very formation, according to a new study. The presence of water is a key factor in the search for potentially habitable exoplanets, and this research suggests that water could be one of the initial ingredients present in rocky planets from their inception. The focus of the study was the young star PDS-70, located approximately 370 light-years away from Earth. PDS-70 is a relatively young star, about 5.4 million years old, compared to our Sun's age of about 4.6 billion years. By observing this star, scientists can gain valuable insights into the formation of planets in our own solar system and their chemical composition before they fully formed. Using the mid-infrared instrument on NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, researchers detected water near the center of the planet-forming disk of gas and dust surrounding PDS-70. The water was found in the form of hot vapor at a temperature of about 625 degrees Fahrenheit. This discovery suggests that water is present in the inner disk of the PDS-70 system, where rocky planets, similar to Earth, could potentially be forming. The central zone of a star's disk is where rocky planets in our solar system, including Earth, were born. The presence of water in this region of the PDS-70 system implies that any rocky planets that form there would have access to a significant reservoir of water, potentially increasing their chances of being habitable later on. This finding is particularly remarkable because PDS-70 is the first relatively old planet-forming disk where water has been detected. Previous research had failed to find water in the central regions of similar-aged disks, leading scientists to believe that intense radiation from young stars destroyed most of the water. However, the water discovery in the PDS-70 system challenges this assumption. According to Thomas Henning, one of the study's co-authors, there seems to be plenty of water available during the process of rocky planet formation in the PDS-70 system. While no planets have been directly observed near the center of PDS-70's disk, scientists have detected two gas giant planets, PDS-70b and C, further out. One possible explanation for the presence of water in the PDS-70 system is that it was left over from a water-rich nebula that gave birth to the star system. Dust and other material in the planet-forming zone may have shielded this water from the destructive radiation of the star. Another theory is that oxygen and hydrogen gas in the outer regions of the disk combined to form water vapor that subsequently drifted closer to the star. Further research will focus on examining other planet-forming disks around young stars to determine if the PDS-70 system is an unusual exception. And there you have it, the latest and greatest from the world of SpaceX and beyond. Got an opinion on these updates? We're all ears. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Craving more space insights? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for all notifications.